the mud, what I'm made up. Strut down the hall, won't stop till I get enough.
You know that feeling? Watching a match, your team's way down, looks impossible.
Yeah.
But then, bam, they score one.
Right.
And you get that little spark, right? That whisper of, maybe.
Yeah, even when your head knows it's like a long shot.
Exactly. It's that hope against hope.
That's sport, isn't it? That fight, even when the odds are stacked against you, it's captivating.
And that's exactly what we're diving into today. We're looking at a Champions League quarterfinal, the second leg, Borussia Dortmund versus Barcelona.
Right, this is Tuesday, April 15th, 2025. A potentially dramatic night.
Definitely. And we've got a great source for this, a live match report from The Guardian. It really captures the moments as they happened.
Perfect, so we get that blow-by-blow feeling.
Yeah. So our mission really is to understand the key moments, why this game was significant, even with the aggregate score, and, well, focus on some standout performances.
Sounds good. Let's set the stage first. So coming into this match in Dortmund, Barcelona were, well, cruising, you'd say. They had a massive 4-0 lead from the first leg at Camp Nou.
4-0. You'd pretty much pencil them in for the semis already.
You absolutely would. Tie feels over before it's even started.
But then Dortmund, Signal Iduna Park, the whistle goes. And it doesn't take long. Just, 11 minutes in?
11 minutes. Bang! Dortmund score. Serhou Guirassy.
And how he scored it. A Panenka penalty.
Nerves of steel. Chipping it down the middle against Barcelona in a Champions League quarterfinal.
Wow. Incredible confidence. And you could just feel that energy, couldn't you? The report even said, there's still a bit of life in this tie.
Oh, definitely. That goal changes the whole atmosphere. Suddenly, Barca might feel a little bit of pressure, and Dortmund, well, they believe.
And it wasn't just a fluke goal either, was it? The first half, Dortmund were really on top.
Yeah, the report suggested they could, or maybe should, have been further ahead, like 2-0 up, maybe.
Right. They mentioned Barcelona's keeper, Szczesny, had to make a good save, I think, for Mariemi.
That's right, kept it at 1-0. And I think Koundé missed a chance for Barca too, but they weren't really firing. No, not at all. And those halftime stats, the expected goals, they tell a story.
Oh, yeah. TNT Sports had the XG. It was pretty stark.
What was that again?
Dortmund 2.05.
2.05.
And Barcelona, get this, 0.02.
0.02. That's domination in terms of creating chances. Barca barely laid a glove on them.
It really shows you. Dortmund were creating quality opportunities. Barcelona just weren't in it offensively in that first half. Maybe too comfortable.
Maybe. Well, whatever the reason, the second half starts and Dortmund pick up right where they left off.
Almost immediately, 49th minute, right?
Yep, just 4 minutes after the restart. Grill Dortmund, Guirassy again.
This time, a header. Came from a corner, Svensson's corner, I think.
Yeah.
Benzabini flicked it on.
And Guirassy was there to head it home. 2-0 on the night. Aggregate 4-2.
Now it's really game on. The stadium must have been absolutely rocking.
Oh, imagine. The Guardian said Dortmund were dreaming of immortality. You can see why. That's the moment Barcelona must have felt genuine panic. 2 goals needed, plenty of time left. The comeback is suddenly very, very real.
But then, just as that dream starts to feel tangible, disaster for Dortmund.
Ah, yes. Only 5 minutes later. 54th minute.
Barcelona score.
Yeah.
But it's an own goal.
Oof, that hurts. Benzabini, right?
Yeah, Rami Benzabini. Fermin Lopez put in this low cross, aiming for Lewandowski probably.
Mm-hmm.
And Benzabini, trying to intercept at the near post, just gets it wrong. Deflects it past his own keeper.
Oh, that's just brutal. The report called it a killer blow, and you can understand why.
Absolutely. Psychologically devastating after fighting so hard to get back to 2-0.
To concede like that, it just lets all the air out.
Yeah.
And it makes the aggregate 5-2. Suddenly, Dortmund need 3 more.
Yeah, a huge task again. Did you feel the game change after that?
It seemed to take the sting out of Dortmund a bit, yeah. Though Szczesny still had to make a double save not long after, didn't he?
He did, yeah. And Lopez missed a chance for Barca, so maybe the game opened up a bit as Dortmund had to push even harder.
Could be. We saw subs around then, too. Duranville and Brandt came on for Dortmund.
And Eric Garcia, Ferran Torres for Barca. Trying to manage the game, I suppose?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
That own goal gave them that breathing space they desperately needed.
But hang on. Serhou Guirassy wasn't done, not by a long shot.
He really wasn't. 76th minute.
Hat trick. Guirassy gets his third.
Incredible. And the substitute, the young lad Duranville, was involved.
Yeah, Julian Duranville. Did brilliantly down the right, beat his man, put in a great cross. Araujo tried to head it clear.
But it went straight to Guirassy.
Straight to him, and he just tucked it away with his left foot. Clinical. 3-1 on the night.
What a performance from Guirassy. A
Yeah.
Champions League hat-trick against Barcelona. Just phenomenal. And great impact from Duranville.
It really is. And The Guardian pointed out he joins a really elite club.
Oh, yeah. Who else is in it?
Players who've scored a European hat-trick against Barca, Tino Asprilla,
Newcastle legend.
Andriy Shevchenko.
Dynamo Kyiv and Milan.
Yeah. And Kylian Mbappe.
Okay, that is some serious company.
Asprilla.
Shevchenko, Mbappe, Guirassy. Incredible.
Puts it into perspective, doesn't it? What an achievement.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
A night he'll never forget.
And just after that, Dortmund almost made it even closer.
Right, the disallowed goal. Brandt put it in.
Yeah, Julian Brandt, 78th minute, ball's in the net, stadium erupts again. But the flag's up. Offside.
Ah, shame. That would have made it 3-2 on the night, 5-4 aggregate. Imagine the last 10 minutes then.
Proper nail-biting stuff. Huge pressure on Barcelona.
But it wasn't to be. They couldn't find another one.
No. Barcelona saw it out. The final score on the night, Borussia Dortmund 3, Barcelona 1.
But aggregate. Barcelona win 5-3.
Yep. So Barcelona go through to the semifinals, their first since 2019, I believe.
Right. But Dortmund took their unbeaten run. The report mentioned this was Barca's first loss in 25 games.
25 games. So Dortmund get a famous win, even if they go out. That's something.
Definitely. The Guardian summed it up well, didn't they? Called Dortmund's performance terrific.
Yeah, and said they go out with honor after beating Barcelona for the first time ever, actually.
But they also noted, Dortmund were always chasing. Always at least 2 goals away from leveling it up after that own goal.
True. That 4-0 first leg deficit was just ultimately too much to overcome.
It really was. A bittersweet night for Dortmund, you'd imagine. So much pride in the performance, but still elimination.
But the lasting memory, I think, for everyone has to be Guirassy.
Oh, without a doubt. That hat-trick. What a statement.
I loved that little detail in the report about the Stuttgart fan.
Yeah, what was that?
Said he was miffed. Guirassy left Stuttgart, but delighted to see him bag 3 against Barca.
Huh. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Sums up football fandom, doesn't it?
It really does. Those individual stories make it special.
So, yeah. Guirassy's night, ultimately, even though Barcelona progressed.
Okay, so let's wrap this deep dive up. Barcelona are through to the semis, ending a bit of a drought there. But Dortmund, they gave them an almighty scare.
Won the battle on the night 3-1, lost the war 5-3 on aggregate.
Yeah.
But powered by that incredible Guirassy hat-trick.
A truly memorable game, despite the predictable aggregate outcome.
Leaves you thinking, though, doesn't it, about that dynamic?
Yeah.
You've got a huge lead, like Barca did. How much does that cushion that maybe slight complacency?
Yeah.
How much does that weigh against the pure momentum and, raw belief a team like Dortmund built up during that second leg? Can sheer will almost overcome that deficit?
That's a really interesting thought. The psychology of a two-legged tie. Fascinating. Maybe something for our listeners to mull over.
Definitely. And maybe go find those Guirassy highlights. See that Panenka, see the finishes. It's worth watching.
Or think about other great Champions League comebacks. Or maybe near comebacks like this one. There's plenty of history there.
Sound the alarm. I'm coming up. We'll have a ball. I'm sweet like a buttercup. You're a Barbie doll. Show them all what I'm made of. Strut down the hall. Won't stop till I get enough.